she's ready to try the boda again. History in the making. Kathy on the BX, part 2. You're back.
What are you doing?
Guess what?
What?
I know it's still windy, but I think we're ready for history in the making. Kathy on the BX, part 2.
Oh, cool. It's not too windy though.
Well, you know, you like put your seatbelt on so you don't blow off the tractor. But
Oh, I can do that.
want to try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay, let's go. Okay, I follows you this time. I
just realized
what?
I need something for my #1 thing. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna try and remember what my lesson was.
Yeah.
But I gotta go back and get earplugs.
No, I got earplugs.
You got them?
I got earplugs. Here. You don't believe I got earplugs, do you?
Ah, you probably didn't. Oh, thank you. You probably didn't think I'd remember.
Orange ones too.
Orange ones. Oh, I didn't take my gloves. I don't need my gloves.
No, you don't need your gloves.
Be cooler. Whoa, I'm gonna lose my hat.
It is windy. Hey, but that's it. That's it.
Maybe after this lesson, I might be able to take them out myself. That'd be stable.
No, because then I got to rebuild the stable.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to keep my hat on my head.
Can't? No? Can't get it tighter? Here, look, come here. Open up that toolbox here.
Yeah, what's in there?
Come over and see.
Oh no, I think I got them tighter.
I got a hot glue gun in there.
I'm not gonna use that.
Ah, why? Oh, come here.
What is in there?
You got to have a look. I don't know if it's going to work, going to fit.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, for you.
Thank you.
See if they fit.
Okay. And now I don't want my plugs to blow.
Oh, you know they're going to blow off seat.
They're not gonna blow off seat.
Okay.
Calm down.
Oh, this is my com.
Oh well, it needs work.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first off, we just got to get organized. Gee whiz, they're pretty. Well, they're pretty cool.
What'd you go whoa for?
I thought my plugs were gonna blow away, but they didn't.
Not yet. Day's not over.
Well, I'm gonna stick them in my ears now.
Are they too big?
No.
Cool.
Very cool.
So you're your own boda gloves.
Okay.
You gotta take your gloves off again now to put them in, but we'll wait to put them in after. We'll put them
that's
in.
right, because I want to go through my lesson.
Yes.
Okay.
So how long has this been? Has it been 3 weeks? 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, it must be that long.
And the last time that you operated this was the very first time you operated this.
That's right.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I'm just
You
thinking
lost the earplug, didn't you?
No, I'm thinking in my mind what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
I'm refreshing.
So let's go over. We'll show them the tractor first, because some people don't know what a BX25 is, or a 25D as most people call it. Now remember, this got the yellow boots on it, and people are reporting a horsepower increase of 6%.
Wow. But a good point while you're looking is we had questions recently. People didn't realize that they fit the inner and the outer.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
These are an inner. You want to point where the inner is too?
This is inner?
No, that's outer. That's inner.
Inner.
And that's outer.
That's outer.
Yeah. So that's.
But they look like they're both inner to me.
Yeah. Well, they're both on her, not in her.
Well, same thing.
You know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they both work.
Yeah. So that's it.
Long
So
story short.
when you're buying you're buying an outer for each side, or an inner for each side. If you're buying a complete set, you're buying 4 boots.
Right on.
Right?
That's right.
So that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah, because
Now,
we've had some people had to come back and rebut.
Yes.
They didn't realize they could do both.
we are all sold out,
Yes.
but through some really crafty negotiations, we got
New
another
salesman.
Yeah, but with a new salesman, because they keep changing personnel every time I deal with them. I have to deal all over again.
Yeah, and that is a new deal.
Yeah, but anyway, the thing is we'll be able to sell more. We have another order coming of
Early next week.
150. It could be this week,
Yeah.
because they always say it's going to be next week, but it always shows up 3 or 4 days later, right? So we have another 150 or 200?
right.
150?
Yeah.
So the last one
yeah.
sold out in week and a half.
Yesterday. Oh yeah, they were gone in a week and a half. For
Yeah.
Sure.
So
But that being said, yeah, you can keep your order coming because
yes, yeah. So if you
They're gonna be
if
ready
you
in
want to
2
order them, you can
days.
start ordering them again, and they'll ship the day that we get them.
Exactly.
So there's not a problem. You've been busy.
I've been busy.
You've been
and
busy.
I've been giving everybody a bonus stickers.
Yes, yeah. Our sticker has been going in. So yeah,
Okay, anyway, on to the mission at hand.
yeah. So okay, let's have a look. See
Okay, first off,
now, what do you remember? Let's see what you remember, and that way you'll know.
will I start from the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
What's this thing?
this thing,
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
it's a plug. I didn't do anything with that.
I know, but I'm asking you what it is. You're smart arse, so just as well to see how smart arse you are.
No,
What?
because that wasn't in my lesson. So if it wasn't in my
No,
lesson,
but I
it
mean,
don't
you know,
count.
you're like Google. You seem to know everything else. So I just figured you would know that.
Well, that's like a charging. It plugs in your dooflicky.
Yes.
Like your battery charger.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
what it is.
That's right. But again,
Okay.
that wasn't in my lesson.
No, but you figured it out.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
that's where you plugs in your battery
What's
charger.
this one for?
And that's your power.
Okay.
So this is where if I need to charge my iPhone or something,
Okay. Your iPhone, yeah. Yeah.
I can put it in
And
there.
what's the other thing?
This thing?
Yeah.
Is it an RPM?
Nope.
It can't be because I got one up there. Heat?
No.
Okay, I give up.
I'll give you a hint. What time is it?
No way.
Yeah.
That's a clock?
That's a clock.
Are you serious? What the heck is wrong with you?
Well, I mean, you couldn't even tell the time.
Well, I wasn't thinking you would have to have a clock there. What the heck do you have a clock there for?
Because I'm on the clock when I'm operating. Okay. So, what is it now that you remember?
Okay. So will I do it and explain
Yeah,
as I'm
you
doing?
can get
Okay. First off, I got in the seat.
Yeah.
And the very first thing I had to do was put my seatbelt on.
Yep.
Then I put in my earplugs, but we're going to wait on the earplugs.
Yeah.
Then I'm in turtle mode.
Turtle mode. What does turtle mode mean?
Turtle is slow.
Right.
Bunny rabbit is fast.
Right.
Should I stay in turtle? Because I'm learning.
Yeah. You should stay in turtle.
Okay.
Yeah. And what is this lever here for?
Excuse me.
This one.
It's like it looks to be like a four-wheel or
Yeah. Four-wheel
two-wheel drive.
Yeah. So when you can see it's separated here.
Yeah.
So that means it's out of four-wheel drive. So we're going to need to put it in four-wheel drive.
Oh, okay, so I got to be
Okay.
in four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's this
And-
pedal down by your hind leg for?
This one here.
Yeah.
This is for backing up,
Yeah.
and this one's for going forward.
Yeah.
This one is in case I got a catastrophic failure and I got to stop real quick.
That's your brake. Exactly right. How do you apply the brake? Park brake.
I just...
You don't need to push real hard.
No, I don't.
No. Just push down till you feel tightness. Yeah. Oh no. That's real. That's pushing real hard.
Well, how the heck?
Show you. I'll show you.
Sure shouldn't be that hard.
No. You don't have to put it right to the floor. What you do is you push it down like that. Okay. See where your hind leg is to by that little round knob?
Yeah.
Push on that little round knob now.
So did I have to have that done?
Yeah.
Just got to go forward first?
Yeah. Okay. Push down on that.
Yeah.
Then you let go of this. Hang on. I don't think you're doing that right. Now let go. Okay. Push down on that knob now. Okay. There you go. Now he stays down. Now how do you
So-
release it? That's it. Okay. Now I want you to set it.
So I got to go down first.
Yeah. Push it down more.
Oh!
Okay. You got it. Yeah.
Gee,
You've
that's
done it.
cool.
That's
Okay.
it. So when should the park brake be applied?
When I'm stopped,
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah. Or on a hill and it's running. Anything
Yeah.
like that should.
Or if you had to get off.
Yes. Oh, always.
Always.
Yeah. Always.
Okay.
And when should you wear your seat belt?
Always.
Always. Yeah. And what position should the ROPS be in?
Up
Up all the time.
all the time. Up
Yeah,
in case you have a rollover.
right on. Yeah. Now, what? Do you remember what RPM you'll be operating this at when you go to
2500.
2500? Yeah. Where is 2500 to on this?
That's where that 2 is. Up a bit further and the halfway of half 2.
Yeah.
2.5.
2.5. Yeah. Okay.
2.5.
So, and how do you get to that 2.5?
I got a dooflicky here somewhere. When I had a little gauge that I have to. Oh, this is thing.
Yep.
Yep.
That's called a throttle.
Okay. I gotta stop calling things dooflickies.
Yeah. Just in case, you
No
know.
one's gonna know what
Just
it
in
is.
case you like to know, right?
Okay, folks, the throttle.
The throttle.
All right,
Oh.
but it might be easier to remember if people name it. Okay.
Now.
So now did I remember everything? Am I ready to start?
Well, no, like your job is going to be to what? Pick up crushed stone?
All this crushed stone over here.
Now, how do you intend on doing that?
She is. I'm gonna pick it up in my bucket.
And how do you intend on picking it up in the bucket?
Pushing my bucket into it and lifting her up with me.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get at.
I'm gonna call it dooflicky again.
So
Okay,
that's
so
your FEL control lever.
okay,
What's
right.
FEL?
Front end loader.
Right on.
Okay, so up is down, down is up.
No. No. Yeah, well, down is when you come down. Show me what you're calling down.
Down,
Okay, that's what does that do?
puts it up.
Puts it up. Okay.
And then when I go up, it
Yeah,
puts it down.
That's right.
Now if I need, do I have a sideway?
Yeah, because you got to be able to dump it.
Okay, so, oh yeah, okay, there you go.
So that'll dump it.
Right is dump,
Yeah.
left picks it up.
Yep.
Okay.
Curls it back.
Right
Okay.
is dump, left curls back, down, up. Whoever came up with that idea.
Good, isn't it? Now, I showed you a trick in the very first video.
Yeah, you
and,
did.
And it was people always wondered if you were going on uneven ground, what should you have your especially if you're snow clearing, what should you have that FEL at? That FEL lever at?
She should be down
Yeah.
in the middle.
But she should have what I called a float position.
Okay.
Do you remember what the float position was?
Have to be a little bit off the ground.
No. You level your bucket, and then this is down, right?
Yeah.
But if you go further,
Yeah.
now she's gonna.
Oh, she's gonna.
Yeah, you don't have to touch this.
Oh, so you leave it
She's
yourself.
gonna float like that.
Oh, I would have just gone up and put her in the middle.
Well, I do too, but people do use. You never broke any. It's called detent.
Okay.
So she stays up there like that. Now the bucket would follow the ground. You wouldn't use it in this case, you know. But I'm just for the sake of other people that have these BXs and didn't know that.
Yeah,
Your snow clearing
I saw
and
you going. Yeah. Jeez,
you leave it up like that, and she'll carry on like that, right?
Mode.
Yeah. Another thing that you shouldn't do when you're carrying a load is what?
Never have your bucket all the way up in the
Yeah.
air.
Or never have it too high. Never have it past the top of the hood,
Okay.
because
So
it
it's
changes
like-
the center of gravity, and you could
Roll over.
roll over. Roll over is not good,
That's not good.
right?
Okay.
The other levers here now, we're not going to get into these too much as of yet, because the name of the game here is I don't want you to be good at this tractor, operating this tractor. I want you to be great at it.
Great.
Yeah. So it's going to take some time. Is that seat ahead enough for your liking?
Oh yes.
Because that seat is adjustable. You can bring that seat ahead if you like more, right?
No, I think he's good.
No? There's another armrest there too by your left wing.
Oh, my left wing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this feels good.
Yeah. So,
Oh, the plugs are back here.
yeah.
Oh. I can't get him.
So we're going to try to keep this one just a touch bit more serious.
Oh.
And
okay.
when I mean serious, I mean you being serious.
I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah.
Oh. Do I get to decide where I'm gonna put this?
No. No, because
have a
that could hurt me.
You haven't specified point. Good idea.
Yeah, that could hurt me.
So
I wouldn't be able to sit down for a week.
longer than that. Okay, so listen, where am I putting it?
So what you're going to do is you're going to take that pile and you're going to come over here and you're going to put that pile
Oh my gosh, over there.
right here.
Oh,
Right there. X marks the spot. Okay?
I thought I was going all the way down there.
Well, I mean, do you want to? Would you rather that?
Well, since I'm practicing, I could move
Well,
around this bundle.
I'll tell you what I like
I'll
about
start out over there.
I'll tell you what I like about I'll tell you the reason why I like to do it this time. I like to teach you in segments. And what I mean by segments, I want baby steps. So what I want you to do is I want you to move it from there to over there, and that way you get used to using the bucket more. Whereas if you travel it from there all the way down there, you're only using that bucket half as much as you could be.
That's true. I'm losing travel time.
Yeah, you're losing travel time. When it comes time to move that pile again, you're not only going to move it over there, you're going to move it over on the back of that other shelter. So which means that you have some maneuvering to do while you're doing it. So you get used to traveling, plus you get used to using the tractor in a confined area. That's going to be the second or the third step.
Well, we'll just have to see how I do with this bunch first.
Well, this is it. You know, it's baby steps, right? The thing is to be safe and to have fun. Okay?
All right. So, okay. I'm going to try it. Oh my gosh.
I always try to tell people to wear earplugs when you're using these things, because these things have a tendency to scream.
Okay.
Their HST pump is a bit noisy in them. So,
All right. Hang on now. Did you say anything? I can't hear you. I really can't.
you don't want to be like me. I don't want to put them in. When I was working, when I used to operate cat loaders, I put some in my ear one night that went in that far. I had to use a big pin to try to scoop it out.
Well, no, I'm probably going to lose mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it in far enough? Because I roll them up tight and put them in. Yours is only half in.
Well, I know they feel icky.
Well, I know they're going to feel icky, but you got to roll them up right tight, like that, and then you put them in, and then they expand. My God, sure, it's all chock full of brain matter. I can't get it to go in. Sure, there's no room in there for it.
Okay. I'm being serious. I can't get the other. Okay. Well, we can't be wasting time trying to get an earplug in.
No.
Good grief.
This is all unedited.
Okay. Okay, so I gotta wait for something to go on. My glow
Now the glow
light.
plug, she's warm enough, so you can just crank it over and it'll start. gotta bear with her. Let me explain something to you.
Got a tip?
You should have that bucket down on the ground at least back about, I'm going to say 10 feet from that pile. Because if this was rocky fill,
Yep.
every time you come into that pile, you should have your bucket down. Your bucket is clearing the way for your tires. If there's any debris on the ground, your bucket will take it and push it out of the way rather than pick it up with your tire and
Good
jeopardize
idea.
your tires.
Okay, yeah, like a grader type of thing.
Yeah, you always got to be looking after what we call the pit.
Okay.
You go into the pile, but your bucket is down, and you make sure that you always keep your ground level that way.
Cool.
You're always grading every trip, so that way when you go in, your bucket is already in to the pile, and you just drive ahead, and you curl your bucket back. Because once your tires break traction, you're wasting energy from the tractor like you did there. So the object.
Oh yes, look.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah.
So when you go into this pile now, the name of the game is to use the power that the tractor has without breaking traction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was getting a feel for it too.
Oh, I know.
And I
Yeah.
had to figure out how to level, so now I'm
Yeah.
seeing the levels better.
Well, I'm just telling you how,
Yeah.
as an operator, you would think.
Well, that's right.
You would go into a pile. Like if you went into an area, say there was a natural disaster, a hurricane,
Yeah.
and there was debris all over the place. Your
Yeah.
best friend is your bucket.
That's
Do you
right.
keep your bucket down as you're making a pile? Because if you don't keep the bucket down, you're running over debris, and the next thing your machine is down because your tires are chopped up.
Yeah, that's pushing all that end away for you.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're always in control then.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing is, you remember now about your bucket level, right?
Yes.
Don't.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
what I had to watch for.
When that bucket level is level from the seat,
Yep.
so is the bucket level from the seat.
That's right.
Then you go in, you just start to curl back. So
Yeah, it's only getting used to
that's it.
which way and stuff.
Well, the levers and stuff is a bit intimidating.
Oh yeah.
Yep. talking. These things take time, folks. Hasn't had a full 15 minutes on it yet, total, so she's doing pretty good. We want the pile to look like that.
Oh, okay.
It's got to have a dome on it. So
That's cool.
next thing you're going to be dumping loads of that in the shelter. Keep moving towards that.
All right.
Okay.
Goal is to make a pyramid.
Yeah. And don't move back so far before you put your bucket down. You can move in closer.
Okay.
Okay. Because you're going to have all this scraped up next.
Yeah. Look what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll clean that up after.
Yes, I'm sure you will. Throttle it up. You're getting up really mixed up with this FEL.
Yeah.
Up there is down.
Right.
That's up. But where you're getting mixed up is here. You got to come sideways to curl back. Not up or down, sideways.
Yeah, that's where the problem is.
That's where your trouble is. So look. That's level. Okay? Now you got
to the ground like you did?
Yeah, now you got to throttle her up now. never do that.
Wow.
Every time you go to shut it off,
Yeah.
always throttle back first.
Okay.
Always. Really bad.
Sorry.
Bad. I never told you to shut it off either. I
No.
just said wait. You're not listening to me.
Okay.
You're skipping steps on your own. You should have your bucket on the ground and level by the time you hit here.
Okay.
This time you went in, you had your cutting edge actually dipped down. You started taking up some of the gravel.
Oh,
You're,
yeah.
you're not setting yourself up for a good pick.
No.
And I'm going to give you a little cheat, okay? A little cheat code like you do in a video game.
Yep.
What you're doing here now is probably some of the toughest stuff that you can do is pick up the last remaining bit of a pile.
Yeah.
I'm doing in another, well, normally another 3 or 4 big buckets. You're going to start putting that into the bank. So a little cheat code for you is what I would be doing now. I would back up from that area there.
Yeah.
And I would back up over here, come over here, and then I would hit the pile this way.
Okay, different angle.
Different angle.
Yeah.
Because you're keeping it away from the bank, but you're also keeping it contained,
Yeah.
right? But don't go putting your bucket down here,
No.
because you're going to end up scooping up what's already been spread out.
Right.
So you need to have your bucket, say here,
Okay.
scoop it up, then back up, and then you got a straight run. And another thing to do with these things too is when you're in 4-wheel drive,
Yep.
and I'm not only just telling you this, I'm telling this to the viewers as well, you should never cut your steering all the way sharp
No.
because it's hard on the front end.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, everything binds up and you can feel it binding up. You can hear them. You can.
Well,
So I always use, I thought there was a dump truck coming in.
well, I guess, like you say, it's it's something for new people to learn.
Well, you know, they're learning as you're learning,
Yeah.
right? So the idea of it, like, when I'm planning this stuff out in my head, when I'm doing work with this thing, I do it in such a way where I try to keep I keep it in 4-wheel drive, but I also keep my wheels as straight as possible when I'm doing a particular job.
Okay.
Yeah, and that works well.
So really, I should go on the other side over there now and start.
Yeah,
Get
well, you know,
some
what you're going to do is you're going to come in here now, and you're going to take 2 or 3 scoops this way. By that time, the shape of the pile is going to change, and you're going to have, it's going to be turned this way. So then you're going to come back and pick at it again this way. Yeah, he saw us anyway, just in case he's coming here.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so that's what you're going to do. You always got to keep, I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to take this side of the pile now. It's easier digging than it is to dig what you're doing there now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and plus you're keeping it away from the bank.
The bank, yeah. You don't
And
wanna push it
also,
off.
when you're picking it up this way, you back up and you got a straight run to where you're going to dump it. The other problem that you're having is by the time you get over there, you never bring your bucket up enough. So
Yeah.
the bottom of your bucket should be higher than your,
Okay.
because you're going in too low, so you'll never ever get a chance to stack it high.
Stack it up.
Yeah, and see, you know, you're still trying to move back away from the pile.
Yeah, I suppose, because I mean, if you're in an area, I mean, you could have it all backed out.
Yeah, but you can't. It's not the way to
Yeah.
do it. So continue on as if you were normal. I'm not contradicting you,
No,
but
'cause
the only way you're going to learn
it's
is
the lessons, because you're not going to know.
no,
So
exactly.
technically, my bucket's too low now for dumping. If I was dumping,
Yes.
I'd have to be a bit level.
Well, you got to be higher. You always got to be higher than the pile you're going to.
Okay.
Now the other side of the coin is too. There's no good to try to adjust your bucket by the time you get to the pile.
No.
See, the thing is you've got to try to be efficient.
Yeah.
You know, you got to try to get every bit of horsepower out of your machine. Plus, you got to try to fill your bucket as much as you can.
Yeah.
But you don't want to break traction, because when you break traction, then you start making these little potholes for yourself that you have to try to straighten out yourself,
Yeah.
and that gets uncomfortable. You'll soon find out when you start running over these things. They can bounce you around a lot.
Yeah. Oh yes, they're bouncy.
Yeah.
Yeah. they're
So, and if you were doing this for a living, and you were spending 8 or 10 hours on that machine, and you had 50 of them around your work area, by the end of the shift, you would have had your fill of a BX25D. I can assure you that.
Not good.
No. No.
Okay, so turn her up.
Yeah. I gotta go get a battery. I gave you the 5 and you didn't know what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
So the idea here, folks, is we're going to start getting a little more serious about this now, so that way Kathy can learn properly, and that way if other new BX owners are out there, or even loader owners are out there, they'll pick up a few little tricks of the trade, and I'll try to explain it the best I can, so that way you'll understand the reason behind the way I'm teaching it. Right now she's being a little cautious, which is good. But that was perfect, eh? See what I mean about picking up the pile? Now that's a load. That's a load. Now you see how the profile change of the pile? See, if I came back now, I would come back and approach it the same way she was doing it in the past. Be a little bit bumpy, so it's essential that you keep your working area level and no potholes in it. See, she should have just backed up straight. You're losing your efficiency. You're losing your efficiency.
Okay.
Because when you dump,
yeah,
you should have backed straight up. But now you're going through all these series of turns
I was
again.
going to get this side.
No. You can get another scoop out of that side, then come back and do the other side.
Okay, but you're right about the bumps. When I went
I know,
over,
I saw
it was
you.
rough.
Yeah,
See that?
that's it.
Yeah.
You always got to make the bed. You always got to make sure that's level. 'Cause
Yeah.
every trip that you make, if you do it right, you set yourself up for a
Yeah.
better trip the next time.
That's right, and I noticed how rough it was.
You got to think ahead.
Yeah.
Plan out your trip. She forgot to throttle up. She's not throttled up enough. How come you're only at 2,000 RPM?
Oh, she dropped down and had her up.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Better. Now, folks, when I say 25, you can go to 27 or 28. But I just wanted to give her an easy target to look at on the tachometer. You go 27, well, it gets a little bit complicated. She starts to try to figure out where 27 is due. Nothing in it. there's some in it, but you're doing it opposite. What you're doing now is you're going into the pile, you're lifting it up, and then you're curling it back. You're supposed to curl it back when you go into the pile, then lift it up. You're doing.
Remember all those.
Well, this is why you need practice. Now, if you were carrying this all the way up to the end, you'd be spending 3 parts of your time just running back and forth and not getting to use the bucket.
I'll dump that bit.
Yeah, but the only problem is you still didn't pick up your RPM. You'll get the hang of it. Sure is. You should be able to do that.
You have to think about it while you're doing it.
That should become like a second nature to you. No?
Yeah, but I just want to get her up high because I don't want to do the wrong opposite and I'll bang her.
And for the life of me, you can't get that pile any closer. You got to get your wheels almost up to that pile before you dump that bucket.
Oh my gosh, that close?
Yeah. So listen, here's you got to think of the system. So towards the steering wheel,
Yep.
it's curl back.
Yep.
Towards the chainsaw, it's dump.
Yep.
Okay? You push ahead, it goes down. The more you push ahead, the faster it goes down.
Yeah, I
The
saw.
slower you push it ahead, the slower it goes down. Okay?
Yeah.
Smooth as silk.
Let me try them. I gotta try to remember them.
So you want to pull back,
I go up.
go up, you want to pull back. Okay? Want to dump. You dump.
Go right.
You ever see what you're doing now, eh? You got two things going on.
Yeah.
You kept it going up while you were trying to curl it back and you're losing power.
Oh,
This is
so
where you're
one
getting
at a
mixed
time.
up, one at a
Yeah.
time. When you leave this alone, it goes back in its neutral position. So you go there,
Okay.
and it curls back. You go down, it's level.
Okay, but it seems like you could go in one way after curling.
You can do the two of it,
Yeah.
but that's only when you get real good.
Oh, well, I'm nowhere
You're not there yet. I don't want to break your bubble, but
Oh,
you're
no.
not there yet.
Oh,
You
no.
know, I would say in another 50 hours, you'll do it.
50?
It depends. Once you apologize for Caterpillar, Komatsu, John Deere, and a pile of other ones.
Apology accepted.
Laterno, you know, all of them. Okay, we all realize we made a mistake.
Okay, let me get the feel of this one more time. Okay, I think I got it.
Oh yeah, I can tell. She'll be thinking about what she's doing. When she realizes now, she knows what she needs to do. It's going to take her some time to get it figured out. My God, man, you must be remembering. A woman should have no trouble remembering how to curl.
I think it's faster with a shovel.
Just dump that and go back and do it again. Dump it. You can't get used to the FEL, see?
Yeah.
You didn't throttle up either, huh?
No.
Get off, take the camera, and watch me for a little while.
Oh my, I'll never be able to do it like you can do it.
No, you will, but it takes time. Why do you think look, no matter what trade a person in, whether it's welding, whether it's an electrician, whether it's a heavy equipment operator, what really improves their skill is time.
Yeah. Practice.
Somebody says to me, you know, how did you become a welder? Like, how do you weld like you weld? I said, there's 3 things you must do when you're welding. You must practice, practice, and practice.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the same thing with this.
Yeah.
You're just not going to come down here in an afternoon and do that. But I want you to watch me for a little while, because you're going to look at things now. You didn't even pay any attention to me when I was operating that before.
No.
But now you understand the theory behind it. So I'm going to get you to watch me for a little bit and see how I use the bucket. And that way...
And where you drop it. And
yes.
Scrape and
yeah.
tilt it.
So then you can take me for a minute and then we'll...
Yeah, and it might not be so much as trying to figure out how to do it, but like you said, it's the FEL.
Well, it's the FEL. You got to get used to it. It's
get a sequence.
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 different things that you need to do very close together.
Yeah.
So you need to train your brain to think in that sequence.
Yeah.
And that's where the trouble is, right?
Exactly.
So that'll give you a break from it for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to watch me.
Okay.
And then I'll be able to clean up them potholes. You see how I'm going to do all of this. You know, this is normal.
Oh,
This
but it's
I
great
have
practice.
seen. Look, I have seen people over my career with big equipment just about destroy a machine, and they were supposed to know. They were already after going to their trade school
Oh, yeah.
and coming out, and I'm looking at them. I'm sitting in my truck, and I'm looking at them, and I'm horrified because I'm their boss, and I'm saying, he's going to kill himself.
Wow.
So then you get out and you say, now look, you know, I'm going to show you, and then I want it done the way I'm going to show you.
Nice.
And they get out after a while and they say, you know what, it's pretty smooth. So this is what we need to do.
Oh, yeah, and you like figuring it out.
Yeah, so here you go. I suppose I got to put my seatbelt on, don't I?
Yes. Practice what you preach.
I know, but here we go.
Wow. that's incredible, though, to get used to
what
it.
happens is when somebody gets like that, a student gets like that,
Yeah.
they need to be taken off it for a little while
Yeah.
and just clear their head.
Exactly.
Because you got programming going on there now. You got a virus going on in there now and it's getting in the way. My bucket is to now compared to where the pile is to?
Yep.
Do you know why I do it? You know why I get it down so low? Because I grew up on great big equipment. And I'm talking about equipment where it took 3 flights of ladders to get into the cab. And
Wow.
what happens is there's hydro lines around. So it's imperative that you get your bucket down, your boom down, as fast as you can. So my rule of thumb was always have the bucket close to the ground by the time you backed up the length of the machine.
Yeah.
That way I was always safe. And I never struck a wire. My cheat code? Remember the cheat code?
Not quite.
The cheat code about the pile?
Yeah.
When the profile changes to the pile?
Right.
Now you're going to see me use my cheat code.
able to do that in 50 hours?
Oh yeah. Oh, a lot less than that.
But, you know, it's interesting because now that I've tried it, and you just demonstrated it,
Yeah.
and I filmed you, you don't know, numerous times.
But you never thought about the theory behind it.
I didn't.
No. It's just some guy, some fool sitting on a tractor scooping up dirt. That's all it meant.
Well, it was all right except the fool part.
But I mean, really.
But
the
I didn't
average
pay
person
attention.
don't think of the science behind it.
No.
You know? See that little cheat that I just done then? Where
Yeah.
Has the profile of pile changes, well, you go nibble at the sharp end.
Yeah, and
And it
haul
makes it
back.
easier on the machine.
Yeah.
It really do. It makes it, and plus, you know, you see how the reason why I got the bucket close to the ground as I back up,
Yeah.
because that's a safety thing that I embedded in my head. I mean, people were tearing down wires and hydro lines and water pipes and overhead pressure lines and everything, and I was going in with the biggest kind of a tractor and I wasn't touching anything.
No.
And they used to always wonder why, and they sent in guys one time from safety and they said, how come you don't hit any pipes? I said, well, watch my bucket. And then they implemented that particular part of the job, and they took videos of me, and they showed that in safety meetings.
Wow.
And of course it caused the accident rate to really
But
shrink
again,
down.
yes, things people didn't think of.
But for the people at home, there's another reason to do it too, is because when your bucket is low to the ground, there's less chance of upsetting the tractor.
Yeah.
You know, is when that bucket, the higher that bucket comes up, the more vulnerable you are and the tractor is.
Yeah.
It's changing the center of gravity. Okay?
But I've been watching you all along, and
But you don't think of that stuff.
no, but it's always been smooth, but I never paid attention to
that's
how
it.
it was
Yeah,
done. But
that's
then
it.
you're like, it's like I got to stop and do the next procedure, but you're already doing it.
Yeah, because
So-
I'm thinking ahead. But
Yeah.
and you'll train yourself, and everybody at home now is going to start looking at the way that they operate. And I can bet you,
People
they
are
might
learning.
not admit it, but the next time they're out on a tractor, they're going to be practicing how I'm doing it, and they're going to say, it's a better way.
Yeah.
So
So-
it's 12, 13, 14 years of working 66 hours a week regular shift on the biggest kind of Caterpillar mining equipment that you could operate.
That's right.
You got a tendency to learn after that, you know?
I'd say.
It's not that I'm any better than anybody, it's just that I learned the proper way.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's one thing to learn all the steps and procedures and the setup, but then to actually get used to using them.
yes, that's it. But you'll think about it now. When you get back on this now shortly, you're going to be thinking about what I told you. Now, you're still going to make mistakes,
Oh yeah.
but then I'm not going to have the camera on you this time. This time I'm going to have the drone on you. Now, we're going to end this video now. And what we're going to do is I'm going to do a separate video with the drone flight, because I'll tell you why, folks. Transport Canada says that I'm not allowed to fly a drone. Well, if I fly a drone and I put AdSense to it, I'll be considered a commercial pilot. So in other words, I need permission from Transport Canada to fly 50 feet above Kathy to do a drone footage of this tractor, which is friggin' ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's not the friggin' part is not what I wanted to use, but I'm getting upset. My blood go up and get my blood pressure, will you? And my nitroglycerin. No, but I mean the thing is, it's ridiculous. You
Yeah,
know,
it is.
like
Just
the
because you got an ad on it.
Because there's an ad on it. Because I might
commercial.
make 50 cents. They could fine me $3,000. So instead of doing a nice job editing this video and having a bit on the ground and a bit in the air, I have to break it up in two sections. This one here will make the 50 cents on this video,
Yeah.
but the drone flight we won't make anything on it, because if I add an ad to it, it could be considered a commercial flight, and then they will fine me $3,000.
Silly. Who
So
thinks up this
we're
stuff?
going to put it separate. It's going to be no ad to it, and you'll just see a few minutes of drone flight. So it is what it is. So I just wanted to add that so you know the reason why I didn't add the two of it to the one
Yeah.
video, all right? This YouTube stuff and drone flights, and it's getting complicated.
It is, isn't it?
You know, you need to be a Philadelphia friggin' lawyer
Yep.
to figure it all out. So that's why. So you're going to go back at this, and you're going to take your time, and you're going to practice, and you're going to move from there to there. But you understand now why we did a short distance.
Yeah, I was thinking of that when I was
Yeah.
watching you. Good thing we didn't go all the way down there.
Well, you would only use the buck at 20%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20%. In one sense, you have a bit more time to think about what you're going to do. Then when you got there, you still wouldn't dump it.
No, because I had all forgot about it.
That's right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm trying to retain what I
Yeah,
learned.
That's right. So, but you will. So, folks, we'll close this one up because this is going to be, I don't know, probably 35 or 40 minutes now.
No, it's all trial and error. That's how you learn.
But whoever watched it right through, I'm sure would have picked up some tips.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like somebody said on Tractor by Net one time I was reading, they said, Paul and Kathy's videos can be long, but if you watch them right through, you will always learn something. There's always a trick or a tip embedded into the video.
That's right.
So.
I mean, I might be a bit boring there to watch dump that, but
Well,
there's a lot
you know,
of training tips.
as much fun as we've had, and we have lots of fun. The problem is now we have to get serious.
Yeah, we're trying to
Because
learn.
there's many people out there buying all kinds of tractors, and we don't want them to go off thinking you don't need to wear a seatbelt, you don't need to wear an earplug, you don't need to put on your park brake. You need to do all of that.
Yeah.
So, and you should get yourself into the habit of doing that,
Yeah.
because it will save your life eventually. Everybody makes mistakes. Even me. We all make mistakes on tractors and stuff. But we got to
right.
keep ourselves as safe as possible.
Yeah, and get out and practice like this.
Yes, yeah. So this, as far as I'm concerned, is the way you should do it. If you do go out and you do hurt yourself, it's your own stupid fault. I can't help you. You can't fix stupid.
On that note.
Yeah. So again, try your best and practice. Practice makes perfect, whether you're a welder or whatever you do.
That's right, that's something you can do.
Yeah. So we'll see you in the next video, guys. Don't take handicap zones unless you're permitted by law to take them. People's lives who depend on these zones, their lives are difficult enough. They really are. Think about it. If you got a mobility problem, you don't want some arsehole taking up your spot. Because they all are arseholes when they take that spot. I mean, I could, when I see that in the parking lot, I could take a tractor and go in town,
Okay,
and
okay.
I could pull them right out of the parking lot. Really? Okay, calm down.
This is not a violent
Calm
channel
down.
here now.
No,
so.
but it could be if I found somebody
I
taking
know,
somebody's
but-
handicap zone.
So folks, don't do that.
Yeah, and don't text and drive.
There's another
Yeah,
one.
there's another one.
Okay.
People are dying on the friggin' roads because people are texting.
Okay,
I'm
calm
telling
down.
you, don't be an
Calm
arsehole and text and
down.
drive. Okay, calm
Okay.
down. Calm down. Yeah.
Deep breath, take
And
deep
regards to
breath.
showing Kathy this, we may be simulated, but we won't be duplicated.
Sweet.
With that, take care, guys. God bless. See you next video.